Hello everyone. In our journey, we have been inspired by great business empires and learned from their struggles. Still, many of us give up our dreams and ambitions as we have no one to motivate us or guide us forward. If you are passionate about achieving success, do check out our book, The Singing Panda, in the description below. The book will not let you give up without trying, and it will guide you towards your goal and success. And now, let's begin with our video. Hello and welcome to TFC. I'm Naveen. This time, we will start our journey by visiting a library. In this fascinating world of knowledge and stories, let us read a book, a love story. But unlike the overly dramatic stories like Romeo and Juliet or Heer Ranjha, this one is just a simple love story. A long time ago, in the vibrant city of Pune, a young man met a beautiful girl. He soon fell in love with her. He wanted to propose her but was not sure what to say. One day, he blurted out, "I am 5 foot 4 inches. I come from a lower middle class family and I can never become rich, but still, will you marry me?" The girl liked his honesty, and after a while, she said yes. That young girl was the writer and philanthropist Sudha Murthy, and the young man who thought he will never become rich was Narayan Murthy. Infosys, the company which he co-founded, has now grown into a worldwide conglomerate operating in over 45 countries and has more employees than Facebook, American Express, Coca-Cola and Nike combined. The journey of Infosys started far away from India. It started with a backpack in France. In 1973, the 27-year-old Narayan Murthy resigned from his job in Paris and over the next 11 months hitchhiked his way across 25 countries. This mammoth journey opened his eyes about different people and cultures. During this journey, he, a son of a high school teacher, saw a dream of becoming an entrepreneur, a dream of creating jobs. When he returned to India, he started a small consulting company called Softronics. But after 1.5 years of hard work, that venture failed. His dream of becoming an entrepreneur was now shattered. He later got married and got a job in Patni Computers. Everything was going well, but he was not satisfied. He still wanted to become an entrepreneur. So, in 1981, he borrowed 10,000 rupees from his wife and along with 6 of his juniors, started a new company called Infosys. The front room of Narayan Murthy's home became their first office. They could not even afford to buy a computer. There were difficulties, still all of them kept on trying. 8 years later, their joint venture with a US partner collapsed. Also, one of the co-founder left the company and Infosys came on the verge of being shut down. But Narayan Murthy didn't want to give up this time, and so the rest stayed in the company. After that lowest point, things started improving. Infosys started getting newer contracts. In the early 1990s, along with Infosys, India was also changing rapidly. But at that time, the Indian stock market was stuck with its biggest security scam. That was the time when Infosys took a major risk and listed their shares in the Indian stock market. But not many people were willing to purchase Infosys shares. Their IPO went undersubscribed. Now, 27 years later, Infosys stock has grown so enormously that suppose in 1993, instead of purchasing the popular Maruti 800, someone would have purchased Infosys shares, that 1 lakh rupee investment would have now grown to over 30 crores. That too, when we only consider the bonus shares. Now, the market cap of Infosys is more than auto majors like Ford, Volvo, and even banking majors like Barclays, RBS, and even State Bank of India. To understand the fascinating business empire of Infosys, let's first answer a basic but important question. What work do these IT services and outsourcing companies like Infosys actually do? Let's give a short example. Suppose we own a coffee shop. We will call it TFC Inspire Cafe. Initially, we just have one store and it's easy to manage. But soon, the business starts growing from 1 to 40 to 400 stores. We should be happy, right? Now we are big, but how can we manage such a big enterprise? So many stores, employees, inventory. That's where IT service companies like Infosys come in. They create and customize IT applications helpful in managing our business and also provide maintenance and IT support. On the other hand, the outsourcing companies can operate a call center for us or can manually enter our customer feedback to a database. Now, as we have increased our knowledge, let the fun begin. Let's travel across the world and witness the remarkable business empire of Infosys. We will start in North America and reach the picturesque Canada. Here, Infosys operates 3 delivery centers, while their public services company has developed IT applications for Canada Post, Ministry of Transportation in Ontario, and is currently working on modernizing Canada's procurement system. Moving to US, we will reach New York City. While visiting the bustling Times Square, we will find the world's second largest stock market, Nasdaq. In 1999, Infosys became the first Indian company to be listed on Nasdaq. Here in America, Infosys has over 10,000 employees, operates in over 15 locations, is constructing a 70-acre education center in Indianapolis, and has also worked on modernizing social and healthcare systems in District of Columbia and child welfare systems in Texas. Furthermore, in US, Infosys owns an IT services management company, an oil and gas industry consulting company, a San Francisco-based e-commerce solutions company, and an advertising and marketing company. Moreover, Infosys also holds investments in multiple startups that include an automated data discovery company, a software-defined server company, a data solutions provider, an air quality monitoring startup, a wearable tech startup, and also a California-based AI-focused venture capital fund. Moreover, the group's foundation has aided free computer science training of over 13,000 teachers from all across the US. Furthermore, Infosys has 2 delivery centers in Mexico and another one in San Jose, Costa Rica, while their popular banking solution, Finacle, is also used by banks in Mexico and Jamaica. Overall, Infosys Finacle is used in over 90 countries and caters to 16.5% of the world's adult banked population. Moving to South America, we will find Infosys delivery centers in Chile, Peru, and Brazil, while the largest commercial bank in Colombia also uses Finacle. Now let's travel to the lively Africa. Here, Infosys has operations in South Africa and Mauritius. Moreover, in Africa, Finacle is used by banks in Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and also Mauritius. Their mobile banking solution was recently adopted by Africa's biggest lender bank. Now let's move to Europe and reach the enchanting Spain. Here, at the much debated COP25, Infosys was awarded the UN Global Climate Action Award, the first Indian company to receive this award. Moving to the UK, we will reach London and watch an ATP Tour tennis match. Infosys is the global technology partner of ATP and has developed tennis stats and scores platforms and even mobile apps. Moreover, in Europe, Infosys operates in over 15 countries and owns a design company in London, a majority stake in the largest mortgage service provider in Netherlands, a 1400 employee contact center in Ireland, and also owns a leading Salesforce consulting company in Finland. Furthermore, Infosys is also working on modernizing IT applications of Finnish postal service Posti, while Finacle is used by banks in Belgium and Croatia. From windy Croatia, we will quickly move to Australia. Here, Infosys owns outsourcing subsidiary Infosys Portland and is also currently involved in digitizing welfare payment systems for Service Australia. From Australia, let's move to Asia. Here, Infosys owns an automation software company in Israel, has IT delivery centers in over 8 countries, including Japan, and multiple delivery centers in China. Moreover, Finacle is used by banks in Philippines, Singapore, and all across the Middle East. After our world tour, finally, it's time to reach India. We will land in the city of Mysore. Here, Infosys operates a 337-acre training center, the world's largest corporate university. This campus has over 200 classrooms, sports facilities, swimming pool, gym, and a private multiplex. Moreover, Infosys operates massive centers located in over 25 locations across India and also receives over 2 million job applications every year, which is almost greater than the entire population of Bahrain and Maldives combined. Their Finacle solutions are used by many top Indian banks, including ICICI. Furthermore, in India, Infosys has worked on projects for India's Postal Service, GST network, and also holds investments in a technology venture capital company and a drone startup. Not only that, Infosys Foundation has been involved in aiding construction of over 2,500 houses in flood-affected areas, over 15,000 toilets, over 60,000 libraries, has funded hospitals and aided midday meals for over 1.4 million school children. The foundation also awards an annual $100,000 Science and Research Prize, the highest monetary award for research in India. Now, Infosys is India's second biggest IT company, earning around $1 billion in revenue every month. But it took them a long 23 years to reach their first $1 billion in revenue. This journey of Infosys shows us that no great success is ever achieved without struggles and challenges. To succeed, one must work hard and most importantly, survive the difficult times. So in the end, all I can say, this is the massive business empire of Infosys. Also, a final shout out for our book, The Singing Panda. Do check it out. It will guide you in your path and most importantly, won't let you give up. Thank you.